Hi, my name is Rob, and in this video, we're going to go over a couple of guidelines on how to map your buttons for Overwatch 2 on console. Overwatch 2 is a cross platform game, but the way the buttons are arranged on mouse and keyboard versus console makes for a very different play experience on some various heroes. On mouse and keyboard, primary fire is your left click, secondary fire is your right click, abilities are used by your left pointer, and then movement with your left middle finger. With this layout, you're able to do primary fire and abilities or secondary fire and abilities at the same time, assuming the game allows it. Some abilities automatically cancel out primary and secondary fire. On console, the layout is different. Your primary fire and one of your abilities are both on buttons that are used by your index finger. Your secondary fire and another ability are both on buttons used by your left index finger, which means that if you wanted to do the secondary fire and that ability, or the primary fire and the right ability, you wouldn't be able to do it. Unless you have a controller with paddles, you're just not going to be able to push these two buttons at the same time. Here are the guidelines to help you remap your buttons so that you can get the most out of it and also help increase your aim. The left trigger should be your spam fire. This is the rapid mode of fire that requires the least amount of aim in your kit. The left bumper should be an ability that cancels out the spam fire anyway. So there are some abilities in the game where if you use them at the same time as when you're doing your spam shooting, it will stop your spam shooting and you will do the ability. Your right trigger should be your skill shot. Think of low fire rate, high damage shot that character has. And then your right bumper, that should be the ability that works while you're using spam. Now, not every character has this, but a good example of it is you can think of for Orisa, if she's shooting her gun and then she goes into Fortify, she doesn't have to stop shooting her gun in order to use Fortify. By following these guidelines, you're going to be doing two things. You're going to maximize your uptime because you'll be able to shoot and use an ability, and then also, you'll be increasing your aim with your more difficult, high damage abilities by putting them on the correct button.